David Taylor's on here. Odie's on here. Stephen Phillips is on here. Andrea Williams.
Can I just have your phone?
Yeah. Let me find. You go ahead.
Okay. All right. We'll talk in a second. I can't see the chatting because it's so far away. So anyway, thanks for joining. One of the things, well, I'll start by saying next Thursday, Tony and I, along with about 60 other people, are heading out on a 330 mile-ish, we think it might be closer to 340 miles, road race. And we're going to start in West Memphis, and we're going to go to Georgia, and it's fully, I'll let that sink in for a second, but it's fully unsupported, so we carry all our own stuff, and we just have to kind of fend for ourselves. The only support we might get are from random strangers who, see how horrible we look and feel and might give us a cold water or a popsicle or something like that. And then there's a meat wagon, as they refer to it, that we'll drive around if we happen to need to quit, which I don't think any of the field will be quitting this year. It's a good field. So no support. And so because of that, we've got to carry a bunch of stuff that we may not be able to find on the road. And this year is particularly challenging in some ways. Can I have your phone?
Yeah, I was going to just write who was in there. Mary Hosbrough.
Oh, okay. It's particularly challenging because of COVID, right? So not really sure if some places will be open, what their hours will be, all of those things. So just have to make sure that we're prepared to be a little bit self-sufficient in between, services or gas stations, or most likely a Dollar General, because they're everywhere, thank goodness. So I'm just going to walk through what's in my pack. I'll tell you, without water, all of my gear weighs about just over 6 pounds. So it'll be 6 pounds, and then about just over 100 ounces of water when I'm carrying full capacity of water, which I think I probably will need. So I'm just going to run through the stuff, and if you have questions. Oh, I can't see. Oh, yeah, here we go. Tap it. Oh, they're hard to read. Hey, everybody. I don't have any burgers. Actually, we do have a burger downstairs. I'll talk about pocket burgers as I get to why I don't have any food. Hey, Mary. Hey, Tom. Hey, Kim. All right, cool. So let's get started. So I kind of have it blocked off into sections. I'll start with just some like sleeping stuff and some resting items. I have this device here. It's not really the pillow that's in here. This is just the case that I'm using. But what I'm doing is I really want to have a pillow and maybe sometimes something to prop my feet on. And last year I brought like an airplane neck pillow, and that really doesn't work well when you're on the ground because it just, most of the cushion kind of wraps up in front of you, and it really wasn't very comfortable. So what I'm going to do this year is I'm actually going to take, this is a dry bag, just like your standard dry bag that you take floating or whatever. And you can kind of get some air in it a little bit, and you don't even really need that much, but I can wrap it up. I would probably do a better job than this, but you get the idea. So you can trap that air in there, and it actually makes a pretty good pillow. So this is what I'm going to use for my head, and maybe sometimes under my feet, if we, or when we decide we're going to camp out or take a quick nap on the side of the road. It may also work if it rains, if I've got to shove stuff in there to sleep or to keep it from getting wet when it rains. And it fits really nicely in this little pouch, so it doesn't take up very much space at all, and it weighs basically nothing. I also have a couple of ground covers. So this one's really small, and this one is a little bit larger, but both are really light and compact. So I'm going to go ahead and bring both of them. And I might let Tony sit on one sometimes. Let's see. Space blanket I would like to say it's for emergencies, but I actually used my space blanket a lot last year. It would get cold at night, or when we were kind of, sitting around waiting for stuff to happen. Or when we were resting. So I actually use that quite a bit. And we kind of replace them along the way because they get a little bit you know, rough. So space blanket, hand sanitizer, sunscreen, SPF 70. This is for the face and ears and stuff. Chapstick. My favorite chapstick is strawberry flavored, so I'll be having some of that on the road. Yeah, Ben. Hey, Ben. The whole kit with no water is 6.3 pounds, and there's going to be 100 ounces of water on top of that. I haven't weighed the water, but I'm sure that math is. You can probably Google that. Hey, Tom. Oh, thanks, Tom. It's really yeah, 6 pounds without food or water. That's right. I'm not that well. I have goos. I have 3 goos. They're actually really heavy, comparatively speaking. So I'm just going to carry a little bit for emergencies. There's a lot of services along the route, so we'll stop into gas stations and McDonald's. And as Odie mentioned earlier, we can, you know, grab sandwiches or biscuits from the gas station, and we call them pocket sandwiches. You just kind of shove them in a pocket and eat them for later. They stay warm. So that's all good. Yeah, Jay, I have the dry bag that I'm going to use for a pillow, and then everything else will fit in a Ziploc bag, basically. I'll have everything in Ziploc bags. One big one, and then like my cables and stuff will go into another Ziploc bag to keep things dry. All right, so we talked about sunscreen and chapstick. Wet wipes for emergencies, that will happen. There will be more than I would like to admit going to the bathroom outside, so got to have those. I like to carry this. I did this last year, and it's a little bit heavy and bulky, but this is my BCAA and electrolyte mix. I'll put this in my bladder probably every other time I fill up. It just make sure I have my electrolytes, and it tastes good, so I drink a lot of water when I have it. This is not what it is. It's actually it's Skivation Extends, and it's watermelon flavor, and I drink it all the time, and I really like it. No water purifier, Jay. We will tend to have good access to water for the most part on the road. Okay, so wipes. So I'll talk about like oh yeah, you can show everybody. This is my BCAA blend. I've been drinking it for several years. It's called Skivation Extends. It has electrolytes, and it tastes yummy, and I just drink more water when I have it, so I drink it all the time. Put that up there. Thank you, Tony. Okay, so some more self-care stuff. I like these. These are called Colgate Wisps for brushing my teeth. They're really easy. I mean, I'll bring a toothbrush too, but I really like these because they're convenient, and there's something about your mouth feeling clean and minty that can really be a pick-me-up when you're in a down spot. So contact solution. I wear contacts, so I got to carry this, but this little bottle is pretty convenient. And then here's my self-care pack. I'll just show you what's in it. Toothpaste, a little travel toothbrush, some extra contacts. I'm going to carry a sleeping mask. So when we're sleeping, and if it's during the day and we're outside, that'll help me. I have little earplugs. I've collected things from lots of flights I've been on, and they're coming in really handy. And I'm just reading some questions. Yeah, I'm bringing ibuprofen. In fact, I have a ton of like just pills and medicine in here from like Tums and salt pills, and I'm actually bringing like my daily vitamins that I take, so that because I'm so accustomed to them, like my I think it's called glucosamine and iron and some Aleve, and so I've got this pack here that I'll bring. Q-tips, because not all hotels have Q-tips, and I really enjoy having a Q-tip after I shower, so I'm going to take this little luxury item and my contact case. So that's everything in my kind of like my self-care pack. Last year I brought glasses. I'm not going to bring my glasses this year. I'm just going to suffer through it. They're too hard and bulky to carry in a case. Yeah, Jennifer, I'm going to bring a buff too. They just get kind of hot if it's during the day and you're trying to sleep, so I thought the mask would be good. Okay, so that's self-care. This is my my race bib from Lavs. I'll have that for my pack. Cords for electronics. I really tried to pare down this year. I'll bring one for my watch and one for my phone. I'm only bringing one phone this year, and my headphones for when things really get tough so I can listen to music. And a glass of wine. Yes, ma'am, Megan Taylor. Yes, that sounds good, Jennifer. That might be all you need. Okay, so this is something that's really important, and if you're not familiar with long, extended multi-day races, this is my foot care pack, and I just kind of got it put together today. Last year, I probably bought too much stuff because we didn't really know what we were in for, and so now with a little more experience, I've been able to pare it down. I will say that everybody's feet are really different, so what's going in my pack may be very different for what you might put in your pack based on how your feet respond to moisture and your shoes and all those things. So this is not the definitive multi-day race foot pack. It's just what I think will work for us. And in addition, we can always pick things up along the road. So if I've forgotten something or, need something different, there should be somewhere to get stuff. This is not really about foot care, but I've got like some carabiners and safety pins and stuff. Just if we need to hang wet socks off of our pack or something like that, or dry clothes out. So for me, I really like KT tape. Last year I got plantar fasciitis like during the race. So I wrapped my feet a lot. For me, KT tape is really good for chafing too. So if I have areas where I chafe and I can put tape on it, usually will stop that. Also, I'm going to take these little KT blister preventers. They're not stretchy like normal KT tape, and they help. So right away when I get a hot spot, I can put that on and hopefully prevent a blister before it happens. Also take some moleskin. We used a little bit of this last year. It's pretty easy to carry. So lots of tape. I'll also carry Aquifer. I'm just going to carry it in this Ziploc bag and dig it out and then get more along the road when we need it. Really good for chafing and for feet and for friction and all that stuff. Uh-oh. Did I break it? Now I got it. Yes, I've increased my mileage, Megan, by quite a bit. Let's see. Oh, I also got these. I haven't used them yet, but we had similar things last year. There's little Band-Aid blister preventers, and they're just little Band-Aids that kind of look like new skin stuff. I don't think they're going to be very good if we have a blister, but because you kind of want your blisters to not be more moist. But if we have a hot spot, I think these will be good to go on there to prevent that friction. Scissors, and then I learned this last year. I don't know if you can see them. You could probably show them. You want to show them? So these are really great for blister management. They're actually piercing needles. Oh yeah, okay. They're piercing needles, so they're hollow needles. Then you get them on Amazon, and they're really for body piercing, but they work really well for lancing blisters.
This light right here.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, you can show everybody.
That's what they look like.
Megan, that's exactly what it is. It's 10 days. It's 333 miles. No support. We're on the road, so it's not really rustic. There will be hotels and services. We can stay in a hotel anytime we want and grab a shower. There is sometimes, at night when services aren't open, there's definitely some going to the bathroom outside. But, you just got to do what you got to do. Lots of food everywhere, generally. Maybe have to carry some stuff at night. So that's my foot care pack, my self-care pack. Pepper spray for dogs. I didn't have to use this last year, but it certainly made me feel good that I had it. We did run into some scenarios where we had some dogs that were barking and seemed like they might be mean. So just having it made me feel good, so I'm going to take it again. Another thing we have for dogs is our umbrellas. This was a really great lesson last year. You can kind of open and close your umbrella at a dog, and they'll generally be afraid. This is not a special umbrella. I actually think we got this last year at a Dollar General, and I still had it. So I'm just gonna. Oh, your battery's going dead. You can take my charger, maybe.
It's okay. I'll
Okay.
get it. Go ahead.
And the other thing that was really helpful about the umbrella was the sun. It gets so hot, and being under the umbrella provided just enough shade for some comfort. So I'm going to take this. Some people are, against it, but I got to have it. We start, Ben asked when we start. We start at 7 a.m. in West Memphis on Thursday. So just under a week. A knife, a little utility knife. I'll carry this. And this year, or last year, this was really handy because I actually had to cut my shoes because my feet swelled so dramatically that I had to cut the tops of my shoes off so my feet had some room. So handy. My headlamp, I actually probably won't wear it. I didn't wear it really at all last year. I mostly use it to signal cars when we're on the road at night. I don't leave it on all the time. Generally the moon is bright enough and we just travel by moonlight and, headlight. But this is handy for safety when we're on the road. Thank you. These are my trekking poles. And not everybody carries these. I was so glad I had them. I probably didn't pull them out till day 4, maybe. I can't remember. But I left them in there for a long time. But after a while, they were really handy. And I used them to climb the hills that we had. And I just really was glad for them. So I'm going to bring them. They're super light. These are really light. In fact, I'll tell you how much they weigh. I don't know. Can you...
Move.
No. Well, I was going to tell you how much they weigh. I wrote it down, but I can't.
Right here.
Oh, they're the first thing. 9.2 ounces for the poles. So not very heavy. They pack really easily. I'll do that later. So my poles I'll take. Extra socks. I'll take 2 extra socks. This year I'm going to wear 2 pairs of socks. I'm going to do a liner and another pair on the outside to help prevent friction. These are Injinji toe socks. I'm in love with them. I've been wearing them for lots of years. They just work for me. They don't work for everybody, and some people don't like stuff between their toes, but I like to shove a bunch of aquifer in there and have my toes all separated. It just works really well for me. So extra pair of socks, a raincoat. I had a poncho last year. It was very cute. It had a unicorn on it. It was great. I just wanted a raincoat, and this one is really lightweight. And also might work to help keep me warm if we get cold in the night or something like that. These are, I'm going to bring some sandals. I brought my Chacos last year and they were really great. When my feet were swelling and we didn't really know what was going on, I put my sandals on and it was quite a relief. The Chacos are just really heavy. They're both heavy to carry and they're heavy on your feet. And then if your feet swell, the straps are kind of a nightmare to deal with. So even after some amount of time, I couldn't get my Chacos back on because my feet were so swollen and I didn't want to really mess with the straps. It just wasn't working for me. So I got these zero, I called them Exos. They're not Exos. They're zeros with an X. They're really light. They weigh hardly anything, and they're really comfortable. I've ran a little bit in them. I ran 9 miles in St. Jude in them, and they're going to be, I think, a great relief when I'm tired of wearing my shoes all the time. Okay. All right. So I'll carry for hydration. I have 2 collapsible water bottles here. They carry 16 ounces each. These will ride in the front of my pack. I'll show you my pack in a second. And then, of course, just like your standard bladder, it rides in the back. And it's 70 ounces, I think. Yeah, 70 ounces. So that. And then my pack. I got this pack this year. I really, really like it. It's a Salomon. It's like one of those Exoskins. It's a 12 advanced skin Salomon pack. It carries a lot of stuff in the back And what I like most about it, it has these great pockets in the front also. But what I like most about it is it has a lot of stretchy material, so it almost wears like a compression shirt, and so it distributes the weight of the pack really well, and I like it. So I'm excited about the pack this year. I think it'll be a lot more comfortable than my pack last year. Let's see. Shoes. Okay, shoes. I tried a lot of different shoes this year, and I tried a lot of road shoes, and I'm going back to kind of my trusty trail shoe. It's the Ultra Lone Peak. This is the 4.5, and they're just the widest shoe that I can find, and they give me a lot of room in the toe box. They're also 2 sizes bigger than my normal shoe size to allow for my feet to swell without a lot of pain. So I've been, training in these, and I really like them. I'm a big fan of Ultra. I've been wearing Ultras a long time, and I just like how much room my feet have in them. I think they're great. I'm gonna wear my hat. Ashley Wagner gave me this hat. It's my Razorback hat. It's really light. I gotta have a hat for the sun. Sunglasses. Again, I'll wear 2 pairs of socks, both in Gingy, one liner and then one kind of thin on top. I have a buff and arm sleeves in case I get cold. I'd rather have something like this than a long sleeve shirt to carry. It just takes up too much room. And, oh, you did have it? Did you like it? Are you going to carry a new pack, Jennifer? I'll watch for your answer. Okay, I'll tell you what I'm wearing. I'm wearing this is a Lulu sports bra. And I think what I like about it is it comes very high and it goes very low. And for me, that's going to help with the straps and chafing and stuff from the pack. So I like the coverage of it. And then I wore a dark shirt last year, and this year I'm going to go with a lighter, like a white shirt. It's going to be disgusting probably by the end. I'll probably have to throw it out, but I think it'll keep me cooler. They also claim it has some sort of anti-stink technology. I don't know if that's true, but Tony's excited that I will stink less this year. And then I'm going to try something different. Last year I went with a mesh short, and it was really comfortable and breezy and like wonderful. But if you're a dude, you might relate to this. I think it was probably like what it would be like to have a liner in a bathing suit, and when it's wet and you sit on the mesh, it's just itchy and it's not very comfortable. So I regretted the mesh shorts last year. So I got this skirt, and it has these spandex underneath it, and then the spandex have these little pockets. I'm really excited about the pockets. I think they're tennis. I think it's a tennis skirt. You can put your golf balls in there or your tennis balls in there. I'm not sure how the spandex is going to do with like heat and moisture. So more to come on that.
There's some comments. Mary says it was too hot and my pockets got stretched out.
Oh.
Jennifer said we like the storage part of it, but
it felt hot. Yeah. Yeah, it does. There's a lot of coverage, so I could see where that I could get hot. Man, I think that's everything. That's my gear. Did I leave anything out?
I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Do we have any questions that you didn't ask? I saw Jacob asked about, I don't know if you're still on, Jay, but
money.
Oh yeah, I'll carry a credit card and my driver's license. Last year I carried coins because I read a book. It was a great book. Who wrote the book?
It's John Price's book.
John Price's book, I think.
Or was it
Dallas?
Dallas.
Yeah. And I think at some point during labs there's this soda machine and you need coins for it, and I don't think it needed coins when we went. But anyway, so I'm not carrying coins. I may carry a little bit of cash, but mostly just a credit card.
We're not doing labs anyway.
Yeah, it's HOTS, but there may be a vending machine, I don't know, that needs coins. So yeah, credit card, driver's license, one phone. Last year I carried 2 phones.
iPad Pro.
No iPad Pro. Tony will probably be carrying more gear than me. He's going to carry a GoPro and some other things to capture some footage of the race. Yeah. Cool. Well, thanks everybody for joining, and I'll probably post this to YouTube for, others in the future, if they care to see what somebody might take. I know there's great videos out there of other people's gears list, and everybody's a little bit different as to what they need on the road. So cool. Well, everybody have a really great. Yeah, I'm with you, Jennifer. Can always cut the spandex out. Yeah, Kim, you could, except it's a really short skirt. I mean, if I cut those spandex out and like I catch a little breeze, it's gonna be obscene. So I probably have to leave the spandex in. But I think it'll be okay.
Megan says, when do you start?
We start on Thursday, at 7 a.m. Yeah, in West Memphis.
But that's the start of the journey starts before that.
Well, yeah. So we will. We'll actually drive to this finish on Monday. We'll hang out there a couple of days and get some filming for the documentary, and then on Wednesday we all together, all the racers will get on a bus and we'll ride most of the course. So right now we don't know what the course is, other than we start in West Memphis and we end in Georgia. We don't have a map or the route. So we'll get to see the course, or most of it, on the ride on the bus, and then we'll stay together in West Memphis in a hotel, and then Thursday morning we'll ride the buses to the start and we'll take off. What drugs am I bringing? Oh, that's a good question. So I'm bringing, I'm probably not bringing as much as I did last year because I know I can buy stuff, where last year I was so worried about everything. I'm bringing salt pills, Tums, Aleve. Yeah, and like my iron pills and my glucosamine. Is that what it's called? Glucosamine chondroitin. Yeah. That's it, really, though. Oh, Benadryl is a good idea. I may bring some Sudafed. Oh, and I do have some Imodium, too. Yeah, because I know now that there's just so much we can pick up if we need it. I'm not starting with any 5-hour energies, Jennifer, but I'm sure I will pick them up on the road. I actually took a hiatus from caffeine for about 3 weeks, so hopefully the caffeine will really have a real impact now that I don't have my tolerance for it anymore. Yeah, some Aleve and some Imodium should be good. Yeah. Any other questions? Well, I'm so glad to see all of you here. Some of you I'll get to see. Some of you I haven't seen in a really long time, Megan. It's really good to hear from you. And some of you I'll see in a couple of days, and I'm looking forward to it. One of the best things about the race, as hard as it is, when you go through that sort of trauma, even though it's manufactured trauma and you're putting yourself into it, when you experience that and you share that with other people, the relationships and you're able to build in a really short amount of time are so significant. And so I'm really looking forward to seeing some of the folks that we struggled so good together in the back of the pack last year. I think it's going to be really wonderful. And I'm sure we all have improved so greatly, and it's going to be a great experience. Jennifer, that might be dangerous to fill your bottle up with 5-hour energy. I see the temptation, though. All right, y'all. Have a wonderful Friday night and a happy weekend. And some of you, I'll see you in July. Bye.